Hey, you beautiful, beautiful rum monkeys. How are you all doing? How you doing, Pin? Beautiful, beautiful sunburst of love. What's up, Helena? How you doing, sis? What's up, Angel, sis? How you doing? What's up, country boy? How you doing, brother? How you doing, Adnir, brother? How you doing, Helena, girl? Ah, so, anyways, I'm at work, like always, but nice. Doing all right. Doing good. Doing good. So, sorry about that. So, anyway, thank you, Helena, girl. You take care of yourself, all right, sis? Tell Matt I said hey. But, oh, sorry. Elevator. All metal elevator. You have a great rest of your night, sis. Well, you have a good morning, should I say. Love you, girl. You take care of yourself, all right? Tell Matt I said hey. So, tonight, there has been quite a few things that are going on. There's been quite a few things that's going on with the world. Glad to hear that, girl. Gotta love people. Anyways, the way the world's going. I talked about this yesterday. Well, day before yesterday. Yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry. Yeah. You know, everything there's a quote that was said in the Renaissance period. The Renaissance. A shadow is a 2D, is a two-dimensional illustration of you. Humans are a three-dimensional being. Which, sorry. What's up, D? How you been? How you been, brother? And humans. So a human shadow is a two-dimensional figure. A human is a three-dimensional figure. We are supposedly a copy, shadow version of a fourth dimensional being. It's silhouettes, pretty much. We are refractions of a whole. The way you're talking about. You know me, D. Doing the same thing, brother. Doing the same thing. But supposedly every human is a fraction of a whole being. Says it takes 4 humans in a lifetime to make a whole another being. I'm just repeating what they say in history. What scholars of the past said. But you also got to remember it was the Renaissance period. A lot of drug use, a lot of hypothesis. It takes 2 to tango. That is true, you know, but it takes more than 2 to have an orgy. Nah, I'm kidding. But this is the way the world. This is the way that the world saw a lot of things at one point. You know, those same ideas, the same. What is up, Melissa? How you doing, Keeper of the White Rabbit? How you doing, beautiful? I mean, the majority of the world doesn't understand that. The majority of the world doesn't understand what they're in. Oh yeah, I understand, Melissa. I'm the same way, girl. I'm the same way. I'm at work. Everybody has a different perception. Everybody has a different idea of whether or not any of it can be proven to be. Humans are a mistake. Humans are classified as chaos. We don't even understand what a shadow is. Correct, Melissa. I mean, it hasn't been proven in a lot, in any lifetime to be absolute. Everything that we have been taught, everything that has been lost to history, everything that has been thought of has been thought at one point or another in time. Everything comes full circle. Everything happens for a reason. It's just like how we believed the Mayan calendar was the end of days, right? We believe it was, quote unquote, an end of a cycle. Doing good, country boy. How you doing, brother? We, for the longest time, believed the Earth was going to end when the Mayan calendar was going to end. The Mayan calendar, but that's the thing, D. What I was told by my professors and everything is different than what another person's professor is going to teach them. You can have 50 scientists, you can have 50 astrologists, you can have 50 physicists in a room. None of them are going to agree on the exact same thing. None of them. It's the same thing as a chat room. In the chat room, we have multiple different people. A lot of people don't believe with each other. Maybe. But I'm not talking about, it was just a opening of everything. You know, I'm not here to talk just about shadows and stuff. It's the perception that I'm talking about. I'm talking about human perception of everything. That's why I'm saying that we will never figure out the truth of anything. Because if somebody finds out something, another person is going to work 10 times harder to prove that individual wrong. I mean, theories is that. Theories is like an alphabet soup. There is thousands and thousands and thousands of different outcomes. Everything changes, brother. I mean, the petrodollar fed everything for the longest time. Now it's going to lithium. It's going to other natural means. I mean, before petro, we were running on coal. You know, coal was taking everything. Same thing with gold mining. Gold mining was one of the biggest economic boosts of America. Everybody in the world ran on gold. Future gold, if in an apocalypse, you have to look at metals. Metals are going to lose their value. The only reason why gold and silver still hold any value is because first world nations still run on gold and silver and stuff. Anything that is considered a resource is dollar owned. Talking about like natural resources, tradable resources, stuff like that. Tradable resources is what controls this world. And in reality of everything, food, livestock, vegetables, grocery stores, food in general, water, that is going to be the real resource in the end times. Gold, silver, if you can't eat it or make something out of it, it's useless in end times. Look at Venezuela. Look at Russia. Look at all these other countries that had a economic standing in the stock market. We can only control so much. I'll allow you, Melissa. I'll allow you, girl. Don't worry about that. Most preppers, most survivalists, stuff like that, rely on gold and silver because they know that is a resource in today's economy that will always either go up in price or hold its value. But nobody sees what happens to gold and silver. Look at the Great Depression. The Great Depression showed that. Most people ended up pawning all of their jewelry, ended up pawning all of their valuables for cash. Not really. Because resources, knowledge can be wiped out. Knowledge can be changed. Knowledge can manipulate and fool you, D. If you are sitting in an area and you're starving and you can't concentrate, if you can't focus, lack of sleep screws with knowledge. That's why we have delusions. That's why we have a lot of makeshift mental problems. If you are in a stressful situation, it doesn't matter how many years of experience or whatever you have. When time comes, most people forget what they've learned. Most people forget what they've read. Basic skills that is repetitively learned, that is repetitively used over and over and over, is the only things that's going to keep you alive. If you go and read how to tie 100 knots, I know, D, but I'm just saying the majority, there is exceptions for humans. Correct, Melissa. It's like muscle memory. It goes back to the saying, you never forget how to ride a bike. It's all good, Angel, as long as you're working on it. Correct, Melissa. You have to constantly work your body. It's the same thing with exercise, like what Angel's saying. It's the same thing with, if you don't write cursive every day, you forget how to do cursive. If you don't spell the same words every day, you forget how to spell those words. If you don't ride a bicycle or a motorcycle every day, you forget how to balance on it. you go into what's called misinformation depletion, where your body knows what to do, but your mental capacity does not know how to handle it anymore. It's the same thing with making a hand drill fire. If you are not constantly using those muscles over and over and over again, if you're not constantly using that skill every day, you will lose it. And that's not just for me. You can watch other, survivalists and everything. Even Survivor Man said the exact same thing. If you do not learn, keep continuously using skills over and over and over again, you forget it. You lose that muscle memory. Right, Angel? Yeah, Melissa, yeah. You know, everybody wants to believe that they are the ultimate in their sight. Everybody wants to believe that it's just like the people I grew up with in the South. Those old codgers that sat around and said, all I need is a knife and you can put me out in the woods and I can survive. And that's BS. Because they can't. They take this I am the best attitude. And you need that in a alone scenario. Correct. You're not going to forget how to brew because you're constantly doing it, right? It's just like harvesting mushrooms and everything, or harvesting wild edibles. If you constantly harvest specific wild edibles, you will know them like the back of your hand. But if you go to a different biome that you've never been to, do you truly know what wild edibles you can eat? You're good, Panzer, sis. You're good, sis. Yes, yes, Melissa. I mean, that could be true, but in reality, a lot of our skills and everything that we don't need anymore, it is being taken up by other skills that we do need by society today. Society changes out skills just like bullets in a revolver. You only have 6 major skills in your body. You have mental, you have physical, you have emotional, you have, what is it? Did I already say spiritual? Uh, Physical, and you have what's called wilderness. Wilderness is no longer used because we are no longer a hunter-gatherer community. We are no longer hunter-gatherers. We do not go out to hunt. We do not go out to scavenge. We do not. And yes, there is some of us that do. But you are a very small percentage in the majority of the world. And I know people are going to say, oh, I can do it. I can do it. Yes, anybody can go do it if they learn it, you know. But the majority, the massive amount of people that have grown into, I'm going to the grocery store to get my meat. I'm going to the grocery store to buy my vegetables. Half of today's population doesn't even know how to boil water. Okay? How do you forget or not know how to boil water? It's because they've never had to. Correct, Melissa. Correct. The world and people skills are dwindling. People's ideas have gone into more of what science and everybody calls fantasy. I know I'm going to piss off some people saying this, but in reality, if you talk about, I see ghosts, I see this, I see that, or I talk to these things, the majority of science will consider you crazy. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mullen, yeah. I mean, look how psychologists look at mediums. Look how psychologists look how biologists. What's up, Dom? How you doing, brother? But I'm just saying, modern day modern day society. I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. I hope you are too. Melissa. But the thing is modern day society and everything has taken a leap from what scientists and medical professionals and psychiatrists consider the normal, because there is no way to prove it. I'm glad to hear that, brother. I'm glad to hear that. You know, I'm being honest. I'm being truthful to you. You know how many people will sit and tell you that you are right because they're afraid to tell you what society wants to tell you? Here's the thing, though, Angel. It's you versus thousands. Y'all, people have a following. Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen it, D. It's a beast. It's a beast. I love it. But it's not human conditioning, though, Angel. It is society standard. Society Society will always overrule. The few will always out triumph the masses. Just like the old saying, the pen is is stronger than the sword. And it's true. It is true. – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – if you go on a TV show, if you go on a radio show, I know every one of y'all have heard Coast to Coast AM radio, correct? How many of y'all have ever heard of Coast to Coast AM radio? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27, yes. Okay. Coast to Coast Radio was originally made as a, how should I put it? Coast to Coast Radio was actually made as an entertainment. It was made to have people listen to the tinfoil hat people. And if you've ever sat and listened, you would see why people believe that other people from all fields are delusional. They are believing in fake things, fake beings. Yeah, right. Art Bell created it as a entertainment. George Norrie is a person that is feeding people's insanity. That's why I stopped listening to Coast AM, is because of George Norrie. He will not sit there and question people. He will not sit there and he will say, oh, okay, you could have somebody come on the radio with George Norrie and say, I have Bigfoot in my bathroom, shitting in my toilet right now, taking a shower, you know, and he'll believe you. He will believe you 100%. Art Bell, if you ever listen to him, he laughed at people after they got off the radio. After they got off the phone. Correct. Correct, brother. Art knew what he was doing. Art knew who he could get to talk more and make a bigger scene. And he knew who was the fake, who was manipulating the system. You have to realize normal people have what's called common sense, okay? Even if they've never seen a ghost, even if they've never seen a cryptid in their life or a UFO, most people believe that there is other life out there besides us. Just like humans believe they are the top predator in our world. We believe we are the top of the food chain because we can shoot and kill something. But when it comes to something like UFOs, more people are going to believe that little green men are going to come from space and abduct us, then they will believe in a ghost. Right, Dom, right. And that's the cold hard facts. Somebody would rather believe in Hinduism because Hinduism says that their gods come from outer space. Most ancient religions say their gods come from outer space. Correct, Melissa. But you see all these big Gabe hutters and everything out there dropping elephants, dropping whatever. That's why people believe we are the top of the food chain. And also, we breed faster and better than animals do. We are the cockroaches of the world. We humans are rats. Correct, Dom. Correct. People would rather believe in UFOs than a ghost. People would rather believe in ghosts than Bigfoot. People would rather believe in Bigfoot than UFOs or ghosts. Right, brother, we are. Melissa. Well, girl, if it was 20 years ago and I didn't meet my wife, you can talk to Dom about breeding. Right, Dom? Right, Dom. You know, even the greatest minds in science are at each other's throats. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the the physicist from Japan, Bill Nye, you know, the list goes on and on and on. They are at each other's throats right now, also. Oh, oh, snap, Melissa. look, look, Dom's already hitting on you. We, it's good. It is good to always think outside of the box. I'm not telling you, Dom, but I love you, brother. There's a thing. Think outside the box. Yes. Don't be trapped by the way society is making you conform. But the thing is don't lose your boundaries of the reality that is the box. Once you lose your grasp, once you lose that seat of reality inside of the box, you are not savable. Just like in survival or anything, they tell you to ground yourself when you realize that you are lost. Ground yourself and grab reality. Correct, Dom. It doesn't have to be a box per se. Dang, Taco Tuesdays. But you have to ground yourself. You have to know how far to go out. And if you can come back to that center. Oh, Melissa. If you have nothing to hold on to keep your sanity, you are lost. I I can understand that, Angel. But the thing is you have to be able to ground yourself. You have to be able to you have to be able to bring yourself and realize where you're at. When you wake up in the same bed that you fall asleep in. You eat at the same table that you always eat at. What's up, Razor? How you doing, brother? Strip and panic? Razor, we can do that. Going back to your roots if you strip and go naked. Correct, Melissa. We do. We all have different perspectives on life. If we didn't have different perspectives, if we didn't have different sights, if we didn't have different ideas, we would all be one. We would be a collective thought. We would be like the Borg from Star Trek. Look what happened to the Borg in Star Trek if they gained their personality back. If they gained their personality back, they either were killed or they became alone. And Borgs cannot be alone because they've had the voice of many in their head for so long. And once it goes back to being one voice in their head, they go insane. Star Trek shows a lot of mental and physical realities that happen every day outside in a sci-fi world. Hey, brother. But the thing is why do we all come to a chat room to listen to a fucker like me talk? Why? Why are y'all here? And I want honest opinions. Why are y'all here to listen to me? I don't care if it's just one person that tells me. Why are you here to listen to me? I'm a fucking security guard that has nothing. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. I'm purdy. But thank you, Don. Thank you, Angel. That's This is what I'm talking about. Most people do not want to listen to others. Most people do not want to take on another person's mindset. Correct, Razor, brother. I love you, Don, brother. Thank you, Adnir. Yeah. Most people are not willing to accept. Most people are not willing to understand. Most people are not willing to tell you the God's honest truth. That the reality of civilization, the reality of society, the mindset of society and civilization has been beaten down, rewritten, relearned, retaught hundreds of times. There is no linear path that we have been walking on. We have branched out at every corner, at every fear point. We have turned away from it instead of facing it. Next Valentine's Day, Dom. Next Valentine's Day. Yes, yes, Razor. You have truly a higher percentage to die in urban, you know, in an urban setting than you do wilderness. But the thing is in an urban setting, you have more chances to be able to reclaim and control resources, unlike wilderness survival. Urban survival will always, even for country people, they will have to go to civilization to get resources, medicine, you know, ammunition, things that will keep them alive that they cannot harvest, that they cannot grow in the wilderness that they're at. You know, how many people know how to make penicillin? Yes, technically, the basic form of penicillin is moldy bread. Yes. But to make it effective, you have to do chemistry with it. You have to create it. It's easier for you to be able to go to a pharmacy or an apothecary that's close to a major city to be able to harvest, to be able to scavenge what's left over that the drug addicts and the gang members and stuff like that did not know what it was or did not need. And see, that's what you need, Angel. That's what you need. You need that backup, but you also need to hold on to reality to be able to bypass
through the shadows of civilization. You know what I mean? Right. Correct. Correct, Dom. But the majority of people don't know that. Yeah, the majority of people, majority of basic humans and everything don't even know what medicines to get when they go, if the end of times happen or whatever. Most people is going to kill themselves going to a pharmacy and not knowing what they need. Yep. Same here, Razor brother. That's why, most country people think that they'll be fine. They can grow what they need, do whatever. But people don't understand time happens to grow stuff. Time happens to birth, to have a resource, an income of meat, to have an income of vegetables, to have an income of whatever. Most people do not plan ahead. Most people do not already have active gardens. People do not already have active, you know, chicken coops or rabbit hutches or, guinea pigs. Guinea pigs is a good source of protein, everybody. I learned it when I lived in Mexico. Correct. Correct, Dom. The world, especially in today's population, in the next 4 generations, if the world ends, humans are screwed. We have relied so much on the internet to tell us what to do. We have not learned the skills. Well, the newer generations have not learned the skills to survive. Just open up TikTok and watch TikTok for about 30 minutes. You will see the stupidity of humanity instantly. Yep. What's up, Jimbo? How you doing, brother? Oh yeah, yeah, Razor. I mean, humans are chaos. Humans have always been chaos. Look at the fall of Rome. The fall of Rome let the uncultured, the barbarians from Britain come in and destroy everything. They open their gates to it. And you can see how quickly humanity will be taken back by nature. If you go to any abandoned, modern age abandoned towns, look how quick nature has taken it back. There's ghost towns that's been around, that's been down for 100 years, and nature has completely wiped it out. What's up, CR brother? How you doing? Oh yeah, Angel. Yeah, correct, Dom. Correct. This world is not set up. This world has been programmed. This world has been programmed to be one specific way, and that's it. Have y'all seen the movie Wall-E? Correct. Correct, Razor. It's just like the word zombie. The zombie is a person that has lost all humanity, that is willing to do anything and everything to eat. Food, society, society is only 3 meals away from anarchy. Correct, Angel. Yes. That is how society is going now. Anyways, yeah, that's what fast food, constant ability to get food, and not healthy food. Run of the mill greased hamburgers, you know, artery clogging things is what the world is about now. Oh yeah, Jimbo. Yeah, correct, Angel. Yeah. If you look how the world is going now, and I'm not saying this to be offensive. I'm saying this as God's honest truth. The world's mindset on a lot of subcultures, like the fat acceptance, the love fat, and all this stuff, that is the exact same mindset that we are going to, that was predicted in Wall-E. I mean, I'm not saying that, because, and I'm not being contradictive, because my wife my wife has gained weight over the years that we were together. Okay? I mean, my wife is not thin. She's not. And I don't want her. I mean, I don't care if she gets thin, or it. I'd love her if she's 100 pounds or 400 pounds. But the thing is she knows it, and she's been trying to lose weight, and she's doing it, but it's slow. I mean, you can entertain healthy with an Xbox. All you need to do is the Connect. You know, the Connect makes you motivate, makes you move. I mean, they even have, Connect workout and everything. Yeah, you know, yeah. I love my wife. It doesn't matter to me. I like big girls. Ain't nothing wrong with a thick girl, okay? With ain't nothing wrong if my girl ain't nothing wrong if my girl puts on some tights and looks like Chung Lee's turkey legs. I will tear that stuffing out. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you the truth. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I was raised on the Indian reservation. I was raised on the Cherokee reservation. All those girls are thick. Ain't that the truth, Melissa? Adding here. I understand, Angel. Our ancestors, it's harder and harder to get vegetables now than it is meat. But, you know, get the canned meat. Get the canned vegetables. The canned vegetables is just as good as anything else. Like veg all. Veg all is used in everything. Ain't that the damn truth, Don? Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with a thick girl. Ain't nothing wrong with a thick guy. All right. There is plenty of healthy people that are thick. There's plenty of healthy people that are thick. All muscle is just water. That's all it is. It's your muscles holding water in. That's all it is. What's the difference between fat and muscle? Nothing. Muscle weighs more than fat too. Yeah, we're in and out of a lot of conversations. Cr. Added there. See, cheese is what constipates you. Watch out for that. Cheese is a constipation and it's a water retainer. Always remember that. That's why they only served small slices of cheese with fruit and vegetables in olden times. Hell yeah, Melissa the Jiggle. Mm, correct, Jane. Correct, Jimbo. Razor. Correct, Dom. Correct. Yeah. It's don't let the thing is you see such stereotypical body types in quote unquote survival. Okay. You see, okay, here's two of the same coin, okay? Look at Bear Grylls' body in the beginning compared to Les Stroud's body in the beginning. All right? Les Stroud was literally the everyday man. Bear Grylls had a fucking military body because he just got out of the military. But as you see Bear Grylls getting older, you see him putting on weight. And when you see Les Stroud getting older, you saw him getting more in shape because of the way that they were training their bodies. All right. Pretty much Les Stroud was fasting and working out at the same time. So his body was eating all his fat resources to make muscle. Where Bear Grylls was eating every damn thing in the world, catching whatever, drinking whoever's piss, eating whatever he got out of a freaking garbage can, and getting fatter. Your body adapts. Your body is meant to change, just like an animal's fur coat. During the wintertime, they grow more hair. During the summertime, they shed it off. You know, it's the same thing with the human body. We are supposed to lose all of that winter weight because our human anatomy, our human biological system is meant to store fat during the winter to keep us warm because we were meant to be outside during the winter, not sitting in front of a fucking PlayStation or TV or YouTube live stream. We were supposed to be out working. We were supposed to be out surviving. Our body is still going through that. Our bodies are still going through what our bodies were evolved to do. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. A razor. Yeah, yeah, Angel. It's yeah. I'll tell you the truth. I smoke almost a pack to 2 packs a day. Okay, you ain't seeing me. I weigh 180 pounds. I'm still, kind of built in my old age, but you ain't seeing me lugging around no 250-pound backpack and running off into the woods thinking I'm going to survive out there. The fuck I'm doing that. If you look at most survivalists are smokers. Most survivalists are drinkers. Most preppers are smokers and drinkers and overweight. And I'm not talking about fluffy. I'm talking about literally overweight. Eh, bread's bread. I mean, bread is carbs. You need carbs through the day. You need carbs to kind of like putting coal in a fire, Angel. Carbs will keep you rolling. Yeah, I've been between 200 pounds to 170 all my life too. I understand, Razor. I understand. Dumb. Yeah. Sourdough lasts long too. Sourdough, pita, you know, cornbread. Cornbread can last forever if you dehydrate it. Um, I mean, you can always make hardtack. Hardtack, is supposed to be rehydrated before you eat it. If nobody understands that, I know there's plenty of people like Uncle Al that because if you do try to eat a hardtack, you're gonna break a fucking tooth. You're going to hardtack was literally used and put in socks to beat the shit out of people in Civil War camps. Um, but hardtack is supposed to be rehydrated, like Banneken. Banneken bread, is a form of hardtack. Um, correct, Dom. Correct. Peanut butter's fine. Peanut butter, do not listen to anybody if they say peanut butter is unhealthy for you. It is not. Peanut butter is the most survivability, the most survival, you know, save peanuts. Save peanuts. Create your own peanuts. Create your own peanut butter. Um, Peanuts are a forever food. Even if they go out of date or whatever, or they harden, you can remake peanut butter out of it. What do you think? Where do you think peanut butter comes from? Peanut butter comes from hardened peanuts. Correct. Most minimal ingredients, the more healthy. Yes, especially if you make it traditionally with its own, oils. Correct, Dom. Yes. Jerky will also expand in soup. Yes. You can dehydrate soup and make potable soup with you. If you dehydrate the water out of soup and leave just the materials inside of it, it will become a piece of what we call crackling. Well, there's two forms of crackling. There's pig skin cracklings, and then there's potable soup crackling bit. Dehydrate soup, store those bits. Those bits will stay good for God forever. And all you have to do is add it back to water, and it will rehydrate and recreate that exact same soup that you made. What's up, Beth? How you doing, sis? Hold on, hold on. Yeah, just like sea biscuits out in there. Yes, it's hardtack. It's been around even before the Civil War. No, freeze dried food, once it's been freeze dried, it stays freeze dried forever. Angel. Yeah. I'm sorry, CR brother. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, everybody. Work's calling me. All right, I'm back. Yeah, Rolling Oats. Rolling Oats is a forever food. Peanut butter, cinnamon, honey, you know, rice, pinto beans, any form of beans is a forever food. Ugh. Speaking of peanuts, look, peanuts. Whole entire fucking thing of peanuts. It's a good protein. It's a good protein to keep on you at all times. Don't let anybody tell you differently on that. Peanuts is a forever food because peanuts is a forever food almost just as good as, beans because peanuts will harden. Peanuts, if you want to, peanuts will harden. They will lose, they will become more malleable the longer that they last. That's when you start making peanut butter out of it. You put a little bit of olive oil in it to start it, then you crush it, and then you create peanut butter out of that. I'm sorry, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Adnir. Yeah. Oh, look at this photograph. Sorry. Sorry, I forgot my radio was on. Anyways, all right. Potatoes. Potatoes are a semi forever food. Semi. Most potatoes, most potatoes go bad within 3 months. But during that time, they create eyes. They start to reproduce. Either you cut those eyes off and you grow those eyes, or and eat the potato, or you cut a chunklet of where the eye is and replant it, and use the water that's inside of the potato and everything to grow help grow the potato. I'm sorry, CR brother. I'm sorry, but man, Melissa, I love you, girl. No, it doesn't matter where you get your protein. To tell you the truth, it does not matter where you get your protein. Your body sees all protein the exact same. There is no difference between chicken protein and semen protein. There is no difference. You can ask anybody. It still has protein in it. It's how do you think a lot of people survived during the Great Depression? They had sex. They had multiple sex. Yeah. I mean, it's protein is that protein. It is a form of meat. I mean, it is, right? It's the thing. I mean, food is that. Food is food. Whether it's human flesh, whether it's a lizard, whether it's a mouse, it's still food. We have grown to eat each other. And that's not that's the truth. Our body has learned to adapt to all forms of nutrition. It's a dark it's I'm not trying to make fun of things. I'm seriously not. Our body is meant to eat everything. Just like our human body is more adapted to eating raw meat, our stomachs are better prepared to eat raw meat than it is cooked meat. It, our body processes raw meat better than cooked meat. I should have ordered. Oh no. Yeah, chia seeds are good. Chia seeds, um, bean sprouts. You know, um, Dom. I won't eat you yet, Dom. Remember, you're the last one I'll eat. How do you combat parasites in an apocalypse scenario? That's a good question. Depending on what parasites it is. Um, worms, intestinal worms, tapeworms. Uh, it's going to be hard to do that. You, in a true survival scenario, you're not going to be able to fight off intestinal worms, especially if you get, especially if you can get your hands on red meat. You know, when I when when I was being trained and everything, we ate snapping turtle. Okay, snapping turtle is a scavenger. It's a hunter and a scavenger. It will eat anything that it will eat anything that goes in its mouth. And it also swims in the dirtiest, murkiest waters. Most turtles have tapeworms. Most turtles have parasitic worms. Um, no, Tabasco. I mean, even pigs have worms in their skin. Every animal has worms. Um, that's just an everyday life. If you see newborn baby cats, like kittens or puppies or whatever, they're born with worms in them. They either get it from their mother's milk or anything like that. Every animal contains parasites. Um, to stop a lot of things like stopping ticks, fleas, chiggers. Yes, I said chiggers. You have to, they are blood creatures, so they have to touch what's natural. If they touch anything that's foreign, like cloth, cotton, I mean, like synthetic cotton kind of things, like dyed cotton, stuff like that. They will fall off of you. They will fall until they can actually feel your skin. Just like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes is the same way. You can use herbivore dung, like cow patties, dried cow patties, dried horse manure, anything that's dried, and set it on fire. Smoke from herbivore dung runs away things like black biting flies, horse flies, mosquitoes, stuff like that. But you're going to smell like that. That's why in the medieval times and everything, during the Black Plague and stuff like that, they were scooping out huge amounts of manure from horse stables and selling it to the population. And the population was burning that to run off the mosquitoes. And that's why they were called the shit, like, what? They said that they smelled like shit. And the reason why is because they were burning shit. Yeah, yeah. If you, herbivores, herbivore dung runs away, blood sucking creature. For some reason, they cannot withstand the smell of herbivore dung. But if you did that with something that ate meat or whatever, they would be attracted to it because it has the smell of animal. It has the smell of internal organs. Yeah, bay leaf too. Yeah, you can crack open bay leaf, rub it on you. You could do the same thing with thistle, like purple thistle. You can crack open purple thistle, milk it, rub it on your skin. The same thing as you can with basic mud. If you rub basic mud on you, it blocks the smell of sweat. It blocks um the like the sense of blood from you. Most animals cannot see you or smell you if you're covered in mud. Yeah, tart and charcoal. Yeah, anything that dulls your smell. Yep, the predator can't see you either. Yep, that's true. Yep, yeah, Melissa. There's things called burrow flies, or you see it a lot in animals, like stray animals and stuff like that, in like third world countries and everything. But they are real animals. I mean, real insects. They will bite you and leave a hole inside of you and lay the egg inside of that hole. You'll be scratching it thinking that it's just a bug bite, but in reality, it's an egg that takes almost a week, and it will hatch and it will create a larvae inside of that hole inside of your leg or your face or your back or whatever. And those those maggots can get up to about like an inch long and almost like an inch around inside of you and eat a hole into your system, into your skin. Yeah, I'm sorry, Seahawks. Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, shrimp, crawfish, stuff like that. Anything that is in the water is a bottom feeder. Fish in general are bottom feeders. They are scavengers. Everything that you put in your mouth is or was a scavenger in their life. Do you know how much crap cows eat or pigs eat or chickens eat every day, and we just clean it out and eat it ourselves? I mean, everything is a bottom feeder. Everything is a scavenger. You have to realize that. They survive just like we do. Why don't you do craw? What's wrong with crawfish? Ain't nothing wrong with crawfish. It's not me, CR. It's them. But everything has everything's disgusting. Everything. There is nothing perfect in this world. Do you say lobsters look nasty? Because crawfish, all they are is just little freshwater lobsters. That's all they are. If you've ate lobster, you've ate crawfish. And that's got to be the cooking. That's got to be the cooking of the person that cooked them then. Because crawfish ain't supposed to taste dirty unless they were actually wild caught. If they were wild caught, that's a difference. If you caught, if you ate farm raised, they're different tasting. You taste of what you ate. You've heard the saying, "You are what you eat," right? It's the same thing, Melissa. It's the same thing. Steamed lobster is the exact same color, same coloration and everything as baked, as steamed or stewed or cooked crawfish. They all turn red. They all turn red. If they're wild, you you have to clean them. I mean, you seriously have to clean them because they live in rocks. They live in the dirt. They make burrows in the water and in the dirt. So that's probably why they taste dirty, because they were probably wild caught, farm, not farm raised. Farm raised, they're pretty much living in swimming pools. Wild raised, wild, they're living in rocks. They're living in dirt. Yeah, yeah. Then that's probably the reason why, Angel. If they were caught fresh from the river, yeah, they live in rivers. They live in streams. They live in ponds. They live all over the place, Melissa. You could literally go back and go out to the lake behind, near your house and everything, and you'll run into 5 or 6, 7 or 8 right by the shoreline. You can hand catch them. They're all over the place. It's not just Louisiana that has crawfish. No, I'm just talking about how they live. Yeah, you're supposed to wash them. You're supposed in reality, if you're cooking crawfish and everything, you're supposed to purge them. what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to leave them in either salt water, or no, not salt water, but fresh water, like out of the tap and everything. Let them stay there. Let them soak for about 2 days and let them starve. You let them starve and let them excavate their bowels and everything and let them clean themselves in the clean water. Then you boil them. Yeah, yeah, Razor. Yeah, they pinch, Melissa. I wouldn't try to wear them as nipple rings though. They'll pinch off a nipple. Like some of them and everything, like the Georgia ones and everything, they got about a good inch, claw on them. They could crush off your pinky finger. But no, 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 Melissa, no. No. Crawfish are freshwater. They're freshwater lake streams, ponds, you know. Melissa. I mean, they're not going to come after you, Melissa, but, if you put your foot down, if you put your foot down in some muddy water and everything, you may have one pinch off a pinky toe or something. They're little bastards. I'll tell you that. They're bastards. They hurt. I think I still got a scar from one when I was, yeah. I don't know if you see it or not. You see that? See that scar? That's from a crawdad that I caught with my hand. He reached back and he pinched me with his huge claw. Cut me open good. But yeah, I mean, everything is disgusting. Everything. It's like frog gigging. People eat the frog legs, but you can eat the whole entire frog. Okay? It's not good, but it's protein. It's food. It is going to keep you alive. You may not want to eat it, but I'll tell you what, that frog is better than eating earthworms. It's just like squirrels. Squirrels have brain rot. They have what's called brain maggots in them. If you kill, if you're able to kill a squirrel and it's missing fur or its tail is missing fur from it, you want to crack open its skull and see if there's worms in its brain. Because if it has worms in its brain, its body's contaminated, and you cannot eat a squirrel if it has brain worms. It will kill you. CR. It's biblically wrong to eat any bottom feeder. Anything that eats off the bottom of the ocean or bottom of the water is considered a bottom feeder, and you're not supposed to eat it, quote unquote, by religious standards. But you know what? If it's a survival situation and it's me starving or eating a catfish or a lobster or a crab or whatever, I'll take my chances in hell. I'm sorry. I will take my chances in hell. Yeah. You don't eat zombie deers. You don't eat squirrels that have brain maggots. Yeah. I mean, if not, then damn me anyways. I mean, whatever. I'll go to hell eating catfish. Because you know what? I've ate catfish all my life, so I ain't the only one. I ain't the only one that's going to be in hell for eating catfish or crawfish or lobster or anything. I ain't the only one that's going to be in hell just for eating that. Sorry, brother. It's but people need to learn. People need to understand, and in reality, survival is 90% food talk. It is. Oh, girl, you haven't had good fried catfish. I'll show you some good fried catfish fillets if you ever come out to Texas. Really, Admir, brother, I would hook. I got some some cornmeal bread, cornmeal breading with a second breading on that with egg and buttermilk. Oh my lord. And deep frying that in a pan. Ooh, ooh, I got y'all. I know you do. Texas is the worst state to have catfish. Texas. Yeah, no mange deer. It's getting worse out here in Texas with the mange deer. Oh, Melissa, you never had backstrap girl? Uh, they're agging it on, CR. They're doing it. You're going to have to learn to eat anything and everything in survival. Survival is that. It is your everyday life. You're not going to have. This is why I tell people in prepping and survival to stock up on seasonings. We all got our own backstraps, don't we, girl? I tell people more than anything else is to stock up on seasoning. Because here's the thing in survival, if you eat the exact same flavor every day, the exact same texture, the exact same, food every day, your body grows immune to it. Your body will get sick of eating the exact same thing over and over and over again. This is why you have to change up your seasonings. Think about your favorite sandwich in your hands, freshly made. No, you won't, Melissa. To tell you the truth, 90% of bugs taste like wood. They taste like dirt. They taste like what they're from. If you get grubs from a fallen down tree, it's going to taste like wood. It has no disgusting flavors to it. It's a different texture. It's a different texture than what you're used to. It's like when you eat worms, think of it as spaghetti. If you eat a grub, think of it as a think of it as a rotini noodle. think of it as something else. The reason why they say, "Oh, it tastes like chicken," is because our mind goes straight to chicken on any flavor that has no flavor, if you understand what I'm talking about. Basic chicken without seasoning is bland. And if you eat anything else, it tastes like bland chicken. Yeah. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Razor. that's that's going back to our bodies being able to process raw food better than cooked food. It goes for vegetables, it goes for fruit, it goes for meat, it goes for everything. Our bodies are better at processing it raw because your body will have side effects to it depending on how long it was cooked, how short it was cooked, what seasonings were cooked in it. All right, CR brother, no problem. I wonder why, CR. I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah. I'm going to end this anyways. My phone's about to die. Yeah. Most bugs, like, it goes back to that saying, you are what you eat. Insects are that. Insects, if you get a beetle, okay, if you find a beetle and you're cooking a beetle, guess what it's going to taste like? I've tried it. Guess what it's going to taste like? It's going to taste like poo. It's going to taste like shit because that's what beetles thrive in. Beetles thrive in feces. Take care, Melissa, sis. Love you, girl. Yeah, there. I mean, you can't eat every bug. You can't. But most wood-borne or dirt insects that live most of their life in the ground or inside of trees, you can eat. Just like you can eat bumblebees. It's better to eat bees if you can get your hands on one, which is very fucking rare. Don't ask me how, but you can eat tarantulas. You can eat anything as long as you don't eat the venomous parts of it. Like I've I've spit roasted tarantulas on a fire and you break their legs off and you eat them and it's just like eating, I don't know, like kind of like bacon, you know. It's crunchy, it's got some kind, when you bite into the thorax, the back of it, it's gooey. It's it's not bad, but it's not good, you know. Yes, sir, Razor. You take care, brother. Take care, Melissa. Love you, sis. Take care, CR, brother. Love you, brother. But you can eat scorpions. You just hold it up by the tail. You can eat a scorpion live. You can cook a scorpion. Scorpions are really good. Yes, rattlesnake is all venomous snakes are sweet. They are so good. Non-venomous snakes, they're okay. They're meat. But venomous snakes are the best. They have the best tasting meat. Because who hunts a predator? You know, we're the only ones that do that. But yeah, snake is amazing. Everything is amazing when you're starving. That's the God honest truth. When you are starving, you will eat anything. Anything smells amazing. It manipulates your body because it knows it needs to eat. So it manipulates your brain into believing that it's better than what it is. It manipulates your taste buds. If you haven't ate anything for 3 days and you finally find, like what Adnir said, a rattlesnake, you kill that thing and you cook it. It's going to be the best food that you've ever had in your life. The same thing with a rat. If you haven't ate in 3 days and you found a rat and you were able to kill it or catch it, it's going to be the best meal that you ever had. And you are going to eat everything. And I'm talking about bones, all of it. And yes, you can eat an animal's brains and something like like a rat or rodent, something like that. It doesn't have that hard of a skull. So if you cook it and everything, you can eat its head. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. It it's society, it's civilization that has made us say, "Ew, I'm not touching that. That's disgusting." Well, it's disgusting because they taught you that it's disgusting. There's third world countries, second world countries that eat this every day. There is tribes in Africa that eat monkey, okay? It's been going on for generations and generations and generations. If they get their hands on a monkey, that is a meal and a half to them, to the tribes of Africa. You can go down to, southern part of Mexico and get exotic food like mountain lion, you know, fox. You can get coyote. They will cook it for you, and you will not know what the hell it is. And I'll tell you what, it's damn good. There's an exotic farm that's down there. I forgot the name of it or whatever, but they do that. They cook mountain lions, coyotes, foxes. Humans are meant to eat anything, and we will leave it on that. Humans are meant to eat anything and everything. Don't let society tell you different. I love you, family. Y'all take care. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one, family.